dropped a garbage can on myself. My mom and I decided we'd had some work done in the backyard, and they had loaded up like all this concrete into the garbage can. It was really, really heavy. And my mom's trying to move it, and I'm like, where were you taking that? She's like, well, I want to take it out to the street, so they pick it up. I'm like, this thing's so heavy. How are you going to get this out to the street? She's like, well, I'm just going to, I want to tip it back a little, and then it'll hit that point, and we can push it. And I'm like, okay, let me get on this side, the losing side, opposition. And you get on the other side, you tip it toward me, we'll hit the fulcrum point. Physics, yeah. Applied physics. This is more like quantum physics. You can't see the stupidity. So I'm like this with the thing. She's tilting it. She pushes it. She pushes it on me. No. So I have this giant garbage can full of concrete on me. I was wearing flip-flops. I broke 3 bones in my foot. It was not pretty. The ambulance came and took me away. They had to get the garbage can off. They were cute. That was the best part. They were like hot. "You okay, ma'am?" I'm like, "No." So I broke my foot, and so I was in bed for like 3 months with a cast, like pins in my foot. It was awful. I had to stop being a vegetarian because my foot wasn't healing, because I wasn't eating animal protein, and the whole thing. It was awful. And halfway through the process, they called with this offer to do this intermedio. Intermedio. It was called something else before that, actually. It wasn't called El Intermedio. They changed the name. I forget what it was originally called. They called with this offer, and I'm like, well, I would love to do it, but tell them I broke my foot and I'm sort of incapacitated. They called back, they're like, oh, that's great. We'll just write it in the script. I was thinking, like, we were in Bakersfield in the desert in mine caves. Like, I mean, it was the dirtiest cast you've ever seen. It was filthy, filthy. And yeah, so that's how I ended up in Intermedio with a broken foot. And they paid me, so I couldn't say no. It was very hard to. When someone offers you money, it's very hard to say no when you have a broken appendage. So yeah, that's how I ended up in Intermedio with a broken foot. I'm trying not to get kissed by Edward Furlong. If you notice in the movie, like at one point, like it's not in the script. He like comes at me to like give me, and I like do this. No. He's a lovely fellow, but no. It's not in the script. I may be broken, but I'm not dumb.
All right, so we should wrap up the Q&A. Michelle, you want to tell us how we work this?